Hello bros, and welcome to SFX0 BroFive production, and the next part is Sakura Swim Club. I have a lot of clips to load up. Actually, I have more clips than I have time to load up right now. Start recording right here. But let's just jump in where we left off last time. After we finishing practice, we head out of the school to find Hirumi waiting for us. Sorry, it took a bit longer than usual. Don't worry about it. At least we can walk home together. Walk home with him? Come on, it's fine. Neko rarely agree. It's not something that occurred to me, but we already spent a few weeks with these two. My friendship with these two, I think it's the longest I had in years. Despite everything, I feel kind of close to them. Just as I'm about to leave, they stop and at the gate for some reason. I look back wondering what the problem is. What's the matter? Say, Kate, could we visit your place tomorrow? I'm a bit taken aback by the idea. My place? Why my place? We're just curious. We need to know more about our new club member. Why do you need to know more about me? We just want to get to know you. After all, you are a friend, right? I am your friend. Yeah. Then I'm sure you wouldn't mind if we visit. Well, okay. I don't like the sound of this. Something is amiss. I'm glad that it's okay. You better be home. Miyako continues to berate me as we walk slowly down this district. I wonder what it's going to be like when both of them in my apartment tomorrow. Let's just hope I survive. They're coming over today. I managed to get everything relatively clean in preparation. We just live. When you live alone, you fail to notice how dirty things get. Until someone is about to come over. Now, what I'm going to do to entertain these two? You can just sit here and be bored. That would be awful. Fortunately, I pulled my old Arcadian battle station out of the cupboard. I haven't turned the console on in years, but it should work fine. But this is also my tarot deck. Just an odd novelty I bought from the shop once. So video games. Or a tarot deck. Which one would be better? Well, girls aren't usually into video games. But I actually think maybe one of them would like it. Card games usually girls and guys like. Some guys, but guys usually like video games more. But there's a girl, so let's take the tarot deck. Why would the tarot cards be entertaining enough for them? I don't know. I don't even know what tarot cards is, but it's cards. So whatever. I don't know. They probably wouldn't care about an old dusty game console either. Let's try it. I don't really have anything else in my apartment we could do for fun. I also have to make the best out of this situation. I don't think it even matters what we take out. Maybe they really like the idea of tarot readings. Just as I think that I hear knocking coming from the front door. Oh, I also got what it was. Opening it up, they're turned up in their school uniforms. Good afternoon, Kate. Hello. Nice to see you both too. Come on in. When they enter the apartment, I find there's barely enough room for all of us to fit. I never really intended to have guests over. Maybe I should have moved into a slightly larger apartment. This apartment. It's tiny in here. I can barely move without bumping into someone. As an illustrate her point, she bumps into Ryumi. Watch where you're going. Watch where you're going. Both of them continue to argue as they settle themselves into my home. Miyako is practically turning over everything she can. For what purpose, I don't know. I know there has to be something in here to find. Like what? Dirty little secrets? I want to know where you're hiding the goods. That can be misinterpreted what she means. What goods? You know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Hirumi doesn't really seem to care though. If anything, she just looks bored. Her eyes then wander over to my table. She sees the tarot deck lying there. What is this, Kate? It's a tarot deck. A tarot deck? What is something like that meant to be used for? You can use it for all kinds of things. It can look into someone's past, their present, the future too. I don't actually know how it works or not. Miyako does not seem impressed by the idea. Are you really putting faith in superstitions, idiot? A bunch of dumb cards can predict anything. Well, it's more for fun than anything else. We aren't actually trying to divine the future here. What's the point of it then? It's kind of like the fun you get out of trying to you on a board. I hear Miyuko squeak when she hears that. Ouija board? Don't tell me you have one of those things in your home. Weren't you the one telling me that you shouldn't put faith in superstitions? Ghosts aren't the same thing as predicting the future. But you can ask the spirit about the future. Not the same thing. Don't bring up your boards around me again. Apparently I shouldn't bring up anything around her. Hirumi leans over to me and whispers something in my ear. She's scared of ghosts, don't be mean. Got it. Satisfied, Hirumi settles herself down on my desk. So, how do we use this tarot deck then? Well, we should start simply at first. We just start with the major arcana. We won't worry about the other cards. Major arcana? Hirumi looks mystified at the concept. Well, it sounds fine to me. Whatever, I don't care. Just as long as it doesn't make this apartment haunted. Miyako wanders over to the corner and pouts. Another important thing to note. How you place the cards is also said to be important. So how should we place them then? I'll quickly take the desk and place a few cards face down. Well, we're doing the 9 card spread. The top row present the past, the middle present the present, and the bottom represent the future. It seems simple enough. Well, in my past it would probably be a death card. It seems simple enough. So we just place the cards in order. Yep, starting from the left. I put the cards back into the deck and begin shuffling. I bet this card's gonna get in order somehow that actually is kind of true. Who wants to deal the deck? I guess I do it. I think we use this tarot deck on you, Cade. Alright. You will begin shuffling the cards, making sure to cut the deck multiple times. Now then, let's see how this works. She pulls the first card of the top deck and places it face up. The Fool. What does that mean? The Fool represents infinity possibilities, new beginnings. It better someone at the start of the life journey. It doesn't mean stupidity. No, it doesn't. I was about to believe that these tarot cards were accurate, but I guess not. I get it, I'm stupid. Even the tarot deck nearly agreed with me on that one. Paying no attention to Miyako, Hiromi seems to pounding on the cards, meaning. So if the Fool represents new beginnings, funny that it's the first card we draw them. Yeah, that is funny. How do we know that you didn't shuffle the deck to have the cards on top? Why would I do that? Besides, Hirumi was the one who shuffled it. You want to trick us to something I don't know? That is just for fun though. Whatever. Anyway, we have the Fool, which is infinity potential. She pulls another card casually, gently laying in the next to the Fool. The Magician. Representing potential and harnessing one's talents. I don't think that's really accurate though. To be honest with myself, I haven't harnessed my talents yet. Swimming. Everyone seems to be getting into it. Interesting. So we have the Fool, who has a new beginning, and then we have the Magician, who represents potential. She nods thoughtfully to herself. I think I see the wage connection here. Since you have infinity possibilities, then the Magician represents harnessing one's potential. Time for the next card. Yeah, she's definitely getting into it. She places the last card next to the Magician. The Hierophant? Obedience, guidance, authority, education. Wait a minute. It also is a reverse position. Reverse? What does that have to do with it? When placed in reverse position, it represents the worst qualities of the card. So what that means, overbearing authority then? Being restricted to rules and authority? Something along those lines. I think I can guess what this one is referring to. Who else could it possibly represent an aspect like that? So we can infer from this. Let's not talk about that. I move on to the present, if you want. Now then, the first card for the present. Death. I can get that. That's funny. The death? But death. Does that mean you're going to die? Calm down. She's already let the idea go to her head. But you aren't allowed to die yet. There's still so much practice you need to do for a swimming club. If you die, I'll be very angry with you, and I'll go into afterlife and pull you back and knocking and screaming if I have to. I actually believe she actually would do that. Seriously, I actually tried that once. But no one was dead yet. So it didn't work too well. I had no one to connect me to the afterlife. No. It's not the kind of death. Death means the change of something ending. It's like a conclusion to a chapter in your life. Oh. I'm glad that isn't that serious. Miyako looks really embarrassed by the burst. Never mind then. Are you going to draw the next card now? Hirumi nods and pulls the next card. The Wheel of Fortune? I get exactly what that is. This sounds like a good card. Does it have some silly beige meaning? The meaning is straightforward here. The opportunity, fate, luck, and that kind of thing. I think it's luck to be with these two girls. Actually practice with them and meeting them, and so seems really fun, at least one of them. The one that they seem to trying to kill me somehow. I don't like these cards, they don't make any sense. But the fortune card probably makes the most sense of them all then. That's the problem, you don't know what to expect from it. I guess the last line in the future card is gonna be a heart there and it's gonna mean love. I get that, I'm pretty sure of that. Either the meaning is really abstract or it's really straightforward. Whoever came up with this done by these should stick with one or the other. It really isn't that much of a problem. It is. Why do I need a briefing on what to learn what each card means? Apathetic towards Miyako outbursts, Hirumi seems eager to continue the reading. Should we be getting on with this reading? Right, sorry. Don't ignore me. Now the next card is the Lovers. Miyako stops at she hears that. Lovers? Does that mean that there's a lover in your future? She rapidly turns the red before I can even say anything. I already know that she's run off with the idea in her head. Who would want to date you? I definitely wouldn't. Tarot cards can have a really vague meaning. It could be that, but it could just also be friendship and other things. Or just relationship in general. Oh. I should have known, silly me. I just complaining about how their meanings weren't straightforward. She turns back to face me. Sorry, please continue. I don't understand the reaction at all. Why would she care if it was dating someone or not? So we have the past, which is the Fool, the Magician, and the Reverse Hierophant. Now the present, which is Death, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Lovers. Now for the most interesting part, the future. I can see a wicked glint in Hirumi's eyes. I'm very excited to find out about your future. Aren't you, Miyako? Like there's going to be any truth to be found in those cards. But it might be interesting, I guess. She slowly inches her way towards the table. What does the future hold for Cade? It seems both of them were more interested in my future than anything else. There's only one way to find out. Are you ready to deliver your future, Cade? I guess I am. I'm amazed at how much Hirumi enjoying this. She could probably become the fortune teller if she wanted. She flips another card. The Tower, representing impending disaster. Of course. Something about this card doesn't feel right. I know I just meant to be something for fun. There's no way that I could actually predict the future, right? So it's a bad thing. Yes, it's a bad thing. It means that there's a disaster approaching. Hilma looks uncomfortable as she looks at it. But it's just for fun, right? It can't actually mean anything. I hope it doesn't. This is all very... She trails off as she turns her eyes towards the card box next to the television. What is the box? Before I can respond, Miyako already opened it. Just a bad old disc, and what's this? It looks familiar. My eyes light up as she sees the contents. Is that what I think it is? It is. This is an organic arcade battle station. Do you know how rare these are? I didn't. She immediately grabs the controller and drops herself into in front of the television. Well, are we going to play or not? Alright. So they like those things. Well, I really wanted to see more about the cards of the future and so on, but whatever. Or do I have to set this up by my... She trips over the controller card before she finishes. Oh god. How the hell did that even... was it even able to happen that much? Seriously. No. The cable tangles around her leg and she flails around. Somehow she managed to get the wrap around her entire body. No matter how much she struggles against it, it quickly binds her. The sliding cords begin to tear open the bottles and make her skirt fly up. It's almost as if they come alive. Her bra pulled down too, leaving only the tiny cord to protect her modesty. This is so weird. She lies there helpless and her pad is plainly visible to see. Mieko and I just stand there unsure what exactly we should do. Stop staring at me and help me. She tries to undo it herself, but the wires just get more tangled. I'm not sure what I should be more worried about. Fraying the cords of my arcade battle station, or how I'm going to untangle her. Hang on. Lay still. I slowly reach forward to one of the cables. Here my eyes slowly watch my hand read towards her. I flog on the cable, making her scream a little bit. No, not that cable. Which cable then? The one on my... She looks down at her chest. No, I can't do that. I can't touch that. But I need help. Why do you need to do it? I can do it. Mieko tries to untangle it herself. But much to her misfortune, the cables tangle her up too. No, not pulling me in. She struggles on top of the other, trying her best to escape. Stop moving, Hirumi. I'm trying to get myself free. You stop moving. Neither of them stop though. It's not long before the tangled mess of cables, cloth and flailing limbs. For what feels like an eternity, they just look back at me. You just don't stand there. Aren't you going to help us get out of this? Or do you like watching girls struggle helplessly in front of you? Please don't accuse me of being into things like that. Whatever, just do something, anything. I did manage to get them free of the cables eventually. Actually, let's check the time. Yeah, it's time to save. That was so awkward. Well, I guess that bit of the story would have been shorter if I had took about okay, battle station in the beginning, or that would never have happened. But at least the future means a disaster, and I'm pretty sure the cards are actually accurate to this novel. But at least, hit like and subscribe, and see you next time. Bye bye!